Hey everyone, it's John here, and in this video I'm going to talk about money transfer and more specifically about Wise, formerly Transferwise. In the first part of this video I'm going to talk about how Wise set themselves up to avoid making the charges that banks make when they do money transfer. Then in section 2 I'm going to test what happens when I do a money transfer from a UK bank, which is Lloyds Bank for me, and compare that with Wise in a live environment. I'm going to talk about the groups of people who I think benefit from Wise most. And in section 4 I'll show you how to set it up and do a money transfer in a step-by-step guide. If you've not used Wise before, you can follow this guide step by step with the video, which works alongside the referral link which I've placed in the description. So if you click down below, I'll talk you through from there. If you want to do a specific section, then please feel free to use the timestamp also in the description, and there's a link to each of the sections for you. So, who are Wise? Well, they are predominantly a money transfer company. They were founded just over 10 years ago. In 2015, the company was named a World Economic Tech Pioneer, and their mission was to make money transfer as fast and as cheap as possible. So nowadays, Wise report that over 5 million people actively use their platform, and that they process $7 billion every month, and that is an eye-watering 84 billion per year. How do Wise offer cheaper transfers? Well, they report to work on a different model to traditional banks, which makes it cheaper for everybody. Without getting into tedious detail, Wise have set up bank accounts all over the world. So if I want to send pounds from England and deliver euros to an account in France, for example, Wise would deposit the pounds into their English account and pay me from their French account without actually doing a money transfer, or the money transfer, which incurs internal fees to them and to me. So the theory is that as long as they are clever with funding their own international accounts correctly to cover all these transactions, they avoid the cost of traditional transfers, and then they can pass those savings on to the consumer. Wise's Wikipedia page states that independent comparison site Monito revealed that Wise was on average 83% cheaper than the big 4 UK banks on major currency routes, but could be up to 90% cheaper in specific cases. And Wikipedia also states that in 2007 an internal memo, apparently from a British bank, claimed that that bank would lose 84% of its revenue from its money transfer business if its charges were the same as Wise. The first thing to do then is to just have a look what the exchange rate is today. We are the 18th of March 2022, so let's just have a look at what the exchange rate is today. So I've googled that, and we're on the exchangerates.org.uk site, and it is telling us that £1 today is worth 1.1892 euros. Right then, let's just log into Lloyds Bank in here. We'll see if we can do an international money transfer. We've arrived at the quote screen now on the Lloyds Bank internet banking. So let's type in £1,000 I want to send. Oops, there we go. So I want to send £1,000, and it should give us a quote in terms of what they're actually going to send. So they've quoted an exchange rate of 1.1478 euros to the pound. Let's have a look also at the fees for making the payment. So they are saying, in regard to the fees on top of this, they are saying that our standard exchange rate shown here includes a margin. So that will probably be the difference between the 1.14 and the 1.18. So they're saying that's going to cost me £35. And they're also saying that they are going to charge me a fee of £9.50 to make the actual transaction. There's also a button here which says, will the recipient be charged additional fees? And we get another pop-up which says the recipient will always pay their bank's fees and any agent bank fees. So it's indicating that there might be some fees there as well. So that's it. If we did it through Lloyds, sending £1,000 into a French euro account, we'd get €1,147 80 cents, and the exchange rate would be 1.1478 GBP to the euro. So we'll keep that aside and see what happens with the Transferwise side of it. I just wanted to check this for larger amounts as well. So I've put £10,000 into this little Lloyds Bank box, and if we send £10,000, we would get into our euro bank account €11,476. So we can compare that as well once we've done the Wise bit. So now let's go and do the same thing on the Wise transfer system. You have to do it a little bit the other way around because I'm on my Wise euro account. So what I need to do is add euros into this account, and then it will give me an exchange rate. So if I just start with €1,000, it'll give me a rate. So I've actually got a rate which is guaranteed for 2 hours, and it's giving me a rate of 1.18948. So actually, if I wanted to bring in 1,000 GBP, let's put €1,189. Okay, let's put €88. No, let's put €85. Right, there we go. That's a close one. Right, so for Transferwise, if I were to send £1,000 from my UK bank, I would get a small fee of £3.49, and the exchange rate I would get would be 1.18948, which is basically the bank rate that was quoted 5 minutes ago, I think. So I would end up with €1,186. And this is what we get with the larger amount. So if I were to pay 10,000 GBP into my Wise Euro account, I would end up with €11,854. As I said, this is the 18th of March 2022. So let's see how that all stacks up. So we had £1,000 to send, and we wanted that converted into euros to send to somebody's euro account. When we looked on the Lloyds website, we were offered €1,147 to convert that. The Wise website gave us €1,186 to convert that. So in similar fashion, we tried the same with £10,000 to see what result we'd get there. So Lloyds Bank offered us 11,476. Similarly on Wise, we had 11,854. So this is what I found in my situation. We tried to do 1,000 GBP into euros. With Wise, we were €38.20 better off. And when we did 10,000 GBP, we were actually €378 better off, which over the two is a 3.3% overall difference. And as I say, that's for me personally. Right then, so in this section, I'll walk you through the sign up process, and then I'll show you how to do a live transfer. If you click on the referral link in the description, we'll all start on exactly the same page for this walkthrough. So from the link in the description, we're all going to click on the Start Saving button. So it's a really simple sign up process. We just click on Register, enter your email address, and click Next. We're looking for a personal account in this instance, so click on Personal Account. My country of residence is France. Add your phone number and it will ask you for a code from your phone, so that gets you through to the Create Password screen. Put your password in, hit Continue. So now we're ready to make a transfer. So I want to do £100. So I put £100 in the GBP box. We'll get 118 €0.37 for that. So I'm going to hit Continue to send euros to someone. Now the next screen I'll see is a list of recipients, but you need to set up yours the first time you do it. So you'll get a screen like this, and it just goes through what currency you want to pay in, whether you want to pay a person or a business. It'll ask for the email address and the bank IBAN number that your recipient has. Your recipient doesn't need to have a Transferwise account to do this though, so that's one important thing to know. So I've selected my recipient. Now I get the screen where I can review the details of the transfer. We can put a payment reference in there, which I always do. Confirm and send. And that basically is that. So that money is now in the recipient's account and all ready to use. I've used Wise for over 5 years now. I've converted over £200,000 into euros. So looking at that live example I've done, I reckon the savings have really added up for me personally. We also use it for our European business sales. It's another story, and I'll do another video I guess on the business side, but it works just the same there. But any situation where you need to send or receive money from abroad, you might be an overseas student, you might have a family living in a different country, or you might just want to pay for an overseas internet purchase. There's lots of groups I think that it can work for. So thanks very much for watching this video. Hopefully I've saved you some money. If I have, please hit the like button and I'll see you in the next one.